in terms of some of the things you talked about after the game Saturday?
A lot of technique stuff. We just got to clean up and execute. I mean, schematically and stuff like that, we're all sound. We just weren't executing our jobs on some of those big plays we gave up there. And that's what it was. We got a lot of push up front with the defensive line. A lot of the guys up front were playing hard and things like that, but we just had too many busts.
Why? I mean, you guys are so solid for so many weeks, especially the back end. What do you think is the difference in terms of, is it a mentality thing, a letdown, a buy?
It's hard to put my finger on it, specifically. If I could point to one thing, I would and fix it. But it's one of those things where, stuff happens, I guess. Obviously, we're not proud of it. And there's a lot of disappointment when we watch the film and the way things went. But it's provided a lot of motivation since then to come out and put our best effort on the field Saturday. There's no doubt about that.
When you're covering those wheel routes, I think that's 2 weeks in a row, 3 games in a row that a wheel was gotten you guys. What's the best way to approach that one?
The wheel route?
Yeah, the one that got you around.
Yeah, for me that was it was just kind of a bad angle that I took. I mean, knowing that formation, a lot of teams will try to get a wheel out of that, knowing kind of what coverage we're in on the backside, and I kind of just got picked off by the corner a little bit and got a step or two behind. So it's one of those things, just recognizing formation, cut splits of receivers, things like that, and being able to go over top of stuff. Again, it's something that I knew, something we talked about, but just didn't execute.
You got people that were ready to, say this was the greatest ever defense, after the shutouts, and then, taking some shots after the last couple of games. Is that a kind of a not too high, not too low reminder?
Yeah, we're not worried about it. We're still, confident who we have, what we're, capable of. Obviously, what we put on the field Saturday was not exactly what we're capable of by any means. But it's one of those things. You learn, and, not every game is going to go exactly perfect the way you want it to go. So it's one of the things we're going to build off of and, continue to improve.
Do you think some of maybe the bumps and bruises are starting to wear on you? You lost Mario and trying to fill some gaps on the defense. Is that a factor at all?
I don't think so. I think, obviously taking a hit like Mario and some of those guys going down, great players, no question about that. But we've had a lot of guys that have stepped up in a lot of ways. James Ross learned in multiple positions and done great at them. It's one of those things that we have guys that know what they're doing out there. So I don't think there's a letdown by any means that way. It's just, we didn't do it right.
What stands out to you about Rutgers on film?
They're a team that tries to run the ball definitely and effectively. They have the ability to make some explosive plays, some speedy wide receivers and things like that. So we have to be good with our eyes, no question, and be able to stop the run up front.
Any kind of payback in mind from last year? It's one of those sort of redemption moments for you.
Yeah, last year is last year. Obviously you're always aware of who you won and lost to, things like that. But with new year, new team, we're just, focusing every Saturday, going out and getting the win.
For James to make that, obviously he's a senior, it's the end here for him to make that switch in the middle of the season. That seems like that's kind of a bold move. Was it just that he wanted to get on the field, or because you obviously know him well?
Yeah, no, I played with him a bunch. He's a team guy. He's been that way since the day he got here, learning Mike, Will, eventually last year learning some of the Sam position, and then now kind of playing a little bit of Buck as well. It's one of those things that he has been definitely team first guy since the day one. And so when coach told him, hey, we're going to need you to learn some other plays at a different spot, he was more than eager and happy to do that, and he's done a great job with it, I think.
His body type's different than Mario's.
Yeah, no question. So, schematically, you kind of, change things up a little bit, but in terms of, how he's approaching things, he doesn't play it with his hand down in the dirt as much, stuff like that. But I think he's done a great job with it. He's learned a lot. Coach Madison's helped him out a lot, I know.
Is he still predominantly in your room, or does he have to move around more? Or?
He's predominantly in our room, yeah. Because he still plays all three positions, realistically.
You put a lot into playing good defense. How tough would it be to be called over to the offensive side and run some plays?
For who, me?
Yeah, you got a guy that's doing that.
If they want to give me the ball, I would jump at that opportunity. No, it's one of those things, Coach Harbaugh, I think since the day he got here, made guys fully aware you're a football player. Whatever way is the best way to use you, either side of the ball. You guys like Jabril, some other guys kind of flipping positions, stuff like that. They just want to put the best 11 out on the field and try to give the advantage to whatever side we need it on. And, guys like him has done a great job. But, yeah, if they want to give me the ball, I'm more than down for that.
If they called you over, where would you play?
I don't know. I would guess I'd probably be like a fullback type, body type. I don't know. If they go back to the quarterback tape back in high school, they may not want to let me throw the ball too much. But, who knows.
Are you prepared now to say that the team was a little flat on Saturday?
What's up?
Are you prepared now to say the team was a little flat on Saturday?
We came out flat, yeah. We came out flat. I don't. It's hard to say exactly what it was. I mean, in terms of motivation, I don't think that was lacking. In terms of energy or anything like that, I would say we were fresh. I don't know if one thing, if it just like the focus wasn't there. But I know we were ready to play. It was just a matter of we didn't come out and play the way we all expected us to play. So it's something that we got to do better, obviously.
Is that something